Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-hosts, Jess Hilarious and Kendra G here. And let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I hate to start out on a sad note, but we do, have to give condolences to Jerry Springer's family and rest in peace to Jerry Springer, who passed away at 79. Now, the confrontational Jerry Springer show ran for nearly 3 decades. I didn't realize it was on that long. Yeah.
Long time.
He had a career in politics, though. A lot of folks may not recognize that he also was the former mayor of Cincinnati. And of course, he stopped by the Breakfast Club. Let's take a listen.
I feel like your show missed the internet wave, though. Like, I feel like your show was going viral before there was such a thing as going viral.
Yeah, well, that's true. Because it's 25 years old. So when we started, people we didn't have cell phones when the show started. So, but when people used to complain about what's on my show, what are people putting on their phones every single day? Yeah. Whether it's Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. It's nothing more salacious than our show is not more salacious than what the kids are doing every day on the phone.
We heard a rumor that you actually have a flip phone still. Like, you don't have a new phone.
Stop it,
rumor?
Stop it.
Is that a rumor?
Don't you do it, Mr. Springer. Don't do it.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Wow.
my God. You're like a drug dealer from the 90s.
Yeah, but you laugh. But let me tell you something about
man.
this phone.
Oh,
You
boy.
can't pocket
I
dial
could
anyway.
be, we're here in New York, right? I could be in New Jersey, and if I dial your number, you could hear me.
I mean, that's what phones are for.
That's a
Yeah.
phone.
Okay.
Very sad. And everybody knows Gia's mom, who passed away, had dementia, but that was the only thing she would remember to watch each and every day. She would watch Jerry Springer. Like, that was her show. So it means a lot when you see that, because he meant a lot to people that probably didn't even know.
Yo, Taz, I didn't realize this until Nina Turner, salute to Nina Turner. She posted this yesterday. I had no idea he was in politics. And then you said he was the mayor of Cincinnati?
Yeah, he was the mayor of Cincinnati. He started out with that first, and then went eventually, into the talk show world. So, yep, very much involved in politics.
Hey, I gotta stop. Maybe we gotta let people make those kind of career changes when they want to. Then you go from mayor to hosting a Jerry Springer show.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. It's just as much drama in politics. So
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Jerry. Listen, I think that he's iconic. He got his flowers while he was alive. It was very hard to hold down a talk show for so many years, and he did it his way. So he's gonna forever be loved by all journalists everywhere. So shout out to Jerry Springer.
Rest in peace, Jerry.
Yeah.
Condolences to his family. Yeah. Now, I know you had a lot more, Tez, but we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
okay.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. And I want to say a shout out and salute to one of the people that work up here, Sim Simmer.
Salute Sim Sima.
Last night, Sim Simmer had an event that's why probably the whole Breakfast Club is a little tired this morning. We were out partying all night. She had like a little event where you had to actually leave your phone at the front desk, where you could not take your phone inside, where people actually had to talk.
Yeah.
So how the hell I saw video and pictures from it last night then?
Well, I kept my phone. I wasn't getting my phone, but I got 6 kids. Why would one of my kids need me for something?
So wait, what's the hustle? How do you get past that? You just say I'm DJ Envy?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And he light skinned.
My presence is a present. I was walked in there like this.
But
is
do you
me.
have 2 phones? Because sometimes I have 2 phones, so I'll get 1 phone but keep the other phone.
I got that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't taking that. But salute to Simpson. I had an amazing event last night.
You boofed your phone? You put your phone between your cheeks to get it in?
Bro, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
He always y'all talking about it's 6 o'clock in the morning. He with them strong throat muscles be like, yo. Every morning I'm like, he is getting that gag reflex together. Okay.
Phone lines are wide open. Kendra G, Jess Hilarious, our co-host here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Thank you.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest hosts, Jess Hilarious and Kendra G here.
Morning.
Good. And let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figaro, good morning.
Good morning, Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Double Fine in the building.
Hey,
Jess
girl.
Hilarious and Kendra G.
Triple
We're going to call
fine.
you Double Fine.
Triple fine with you included.
You know.
Hey, you see it?
Well, let's get in some front page news. We got to start off with sports. The Celtics sent the Hawks home. They won last night 128-120. And we got to salute Lamar Jackson. He got paid.
Yes.
$260 million deal, 5-year deal to stay with the Ravens. So congratulations to him.
And hold on, his mom is the one who brokered that deal.
That's dope.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so his mom is getting that agent commission fee.
Love that.
But when it's your mom, your mom can take whatever you want, right?
Yeah,
you can ask Mom,
absolutely.
so salute to mom. I don't
But
know.
I mean, just the fact that she's getting the commission that an agent would get, that's game changing.
And Bryce Young was the first pick. He's a quarterback, and he's going to the Panthers. Now, what else we got, Tez?
Yes, well, first, I'm here to verify the facts. So the brother that just called in and said he was 12 inches, I noticed nobody volunteered to, do the research. So he's welcome to send it to the inbox on Instagram, and I will verify if he is indeed 12 inches. Hit me up at Tesla Figure on Instagram. But also, today's Freaky Friday, and just mentioned Charlamagne's strong gag reflex.
Okay, Charlotte. You're a little baddie over there.
So let's do a little news about oral sex.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, a new study came out that said oral sex is now, this probably a downer, literally a downer. Oh, that's a nice pun. Oral sex is the leading risk factor for throat cancer, guys.
Oh, wow.
Now, yeah, I know, it's a downer, literally. The main cause of this cancer is the human papillomavirus, also known as HPV, which is also the main cause of cancer of the cervix. Now, HPV is a sexually transmitted disease, and the main risk factor for throat cancer is the number of lifetime sexual partners, especially oral sex. Those with 6 or more lifetime oral sex partners, they're about 8.5 times more likely to develop throat cancer than those who do not practice oral sex. So that last brother, he said he had a high body count, right?
Yes,
Wait, so
did.
if you get that 6 times to like 6 different people, you have a higher chance? If you're
you have a higher chance of throat cancer.
Oh my
So
goodness.
your thoughts, Charlamagne? Yeah.
Damn, imagine if you smoke cigarettes and you get fellatio. You're gonna have to cut one of them out.
Oh my God.
Now I'm gonna ask you a real question. This is gonna sound crazy. Pause. Now, what happens if you don't swallow and you spit? Because it would be going down your throat, right? Because it's throat cancer.
Well, go ahead, Kendra.
I don't even know how to answer this question, first of all. I'm a Christian woman. I don't know anything about this. I am good to go.
Oh, girl,
I am
please,
good to go.
with all
Praise
that.
the Lord.
Well, that's okay. I'm happy to answer. So take me. Yeah, so in case you do not know how to, pretend, I guess, not to swallow, it's still, you have all the other juices in your mouth as well. So even if you don't swallow, it's still going down, to the throat.
Absolutely.
And transmitting the HPV.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question: are we gonna have to get Surgeon General warnings on our penises now?
Probably.
Yes, for size and also for the possibility of throat cancer.
I gotta call up Suki and see if she all right, cause sometimes because I know we just had her here and we didn't tell her this news.
No, we
didn't.
So I hope she's watching today. Thank you, Tez.
I know
This is important news.
She's
I
gonna
think
break
you guys
the news.
want to know that. Also, I want to talk to you yesterday. So, Jess, we were in here talking about where you guys were talking about lies and how people lie a lot. So I said, let me because it was some lying going on, honey. I'll just leave my comments out of that. But anyway, so I wanted to get some data on lies. I love studies and reports. And so this is one that, do you guys know that almost all patients lie when they're in therapy? Now, practicing psychologists typically believe that their offices are safe spaces, places where patients can feel more comfortable sharing their deepest, most intimate thoughts and feelings without judgment to work towards resolution and healing. Yet a surprisingly high percentage of patients, if not nearly all, admit that they either lied or have not been completely truthful with their therapist. In a survey of 547 clients, 93% said that they lied at least once to their therapist. And in the second survey, 84% said that this dishonesty continued on a regular basis. 73% of the respondents reported that their therapist never found out about the lies. Only 3.5% of the patients owned up to the lies, telling on themselves. And in 9% of the cases, the therapist caught them in the lie. Now, the top 4 reasons people lie in therapy is they pretend to feel happier and healthier than they really are. They minimize the severity of their symptoms, hide thoughts about suicide, and they minimize or hide insecurities and self-doubts. So what's the lesson here? You cannot, if you are lying in therapy, you cannot get the help that you need.
No, that's a fact. I go to therapy once a week, and the reality is that you got to treat therapy like a doctor. If you don't tell the doctor what's really wrong, then the therapist can't, properly help you. And also, another reason that I think people lie is when you first start going to a therapist, you don't necessarily trust this person.
Correct.
So you don't want to tell them all your deep, dark secrets. You don't want to tell them what's really going on yet.
But that's why you said something yesterday, like, kids should actually start going to therapists, because that way you can gain that trust early on. Because like you said, it takes time. I just don't want to go tell somebody all my problems and what's going on. I don't know who he is, who his peoples are, who he gonna go tell. But that's what you assume. So you need to develop that trust.
And also,
Absolutely.
referrals are good too. You know what? I go to therapy, but I'm gonna be honest. I have an oracle and a psychic that.
A what?
An oracle.
Like a real life one?
Yes.
Okay.
I talked to an oracle who's like a psychic that helps me more. And like, shout out to my oracle. He lives in Thailand. This is a true story. I met him on my show. His name is Quentin. I probably talk to him like 3 times a week, and he gets me together. So I believe in I believe in all of it. Therapists, pastors, psychics, God. Go to everybody. Your
I'm with you.
mama, you need all types of people, because everybody to me has different information. But I think everyone should go to therapy, and we need to make it more popular, because everyone's dealing with issues, and you got to have someone to get that information out of.
You can't.
I was going to ask you that, Kendra. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask, do y'all think everybody should go to therapy? Because I don't go to therapy. And I wonder if there's this thing that says, like, it's starting to be this thing that everybody should sit down and go to therapy. And so that's what I was going to ask. Do you think it should be required for, you think that should be more, like what you said, more popular?
Well, what I was going to say is I think everybody needs to express themselves. And the people who bottle things up, it comes out in a different way. So if therapy is not your thing, then maybe it's your best friend. But I think when you try to keep things inside, it will always come out in some manner. So that's why I believe that everybody should go to therapy. It's not cost effective for everyone, but if you could find a way to do it, you should.
You never asked
but to Kendra's point, what she said is true. Like, she named all those different people. Just find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm really blessed. I have 2 best friends that been my best friends since 10 years old. And a lot of women can't say that they've had, 2 girlfriends, never fallen out, never anything for that long. And they've certainly been my therapist. But I just thought that was an interesting story, and somebody was doing some lying, but I'm gonna leave my comments on that. But I'm with you.
So question, you got a psychic? You never asked a psychic about the Mega Millions numbers or the lottery numbers, nothing like that?
No, I don't ask them. Like, they kind of read energy. I think we can all read energy, but they're really good at reading energy and intuitive and seeing how things can fall into place. But I never asked them about Mega Millions, no.
Yo, Jess over there rolling her eyes. I guarantee you, I can sit you down with a medium that will change your life. I got
You don't believe in it, Jess?
I don't believe in it. I watch movies about it all the time. It's nice and it's entertaining, but no, I think I'm good. I think the only person that I need is God and my mother, my best friend sometimes when she ain't getting on my nerves. Because I feel like everybody, she all right. Look, every time, I'm that for people too. I'm a good outlet. Every Wednesday I have my own podcast on Black Effect. Shout out to Charlamagne, Heart or whatever. I have Carefully Reckless.
That's right.
And I help people. People write all types of stories to me, and I give them advice on how to move forward and how to move forward amicably with different relationships, their friends, family, all that type of stuff. So I do that for people.
But when you have an issue, who do you go to?
God.
But so you hear God speak back to you? He speak back to you in people.
Sometimes it's like when you dream. Sometimes
I get that too. I got God and a therapist.
And I swear,
I'm with all that.
And then I don't think everybody needs therapy. I do think more people than enough. A lot of people, but I don't think everybody does. I'm just one of those people that don't think I do. Now my son, yes, but not me.
Okay.
But I want to say this, and I don't know how much time we have, but Kendra, you made a really good point when you said he speaks to you through people. I'm really careful with that, because especially in the Christian faith, you'll hear people say, the Lord told me to tell you X, Y, Z, and a lot of people are not necessarily, because I usually tell them, he talks to me just like he talks to you. And my grandmother, 93 years old, she would always tell me, talk to the Father. And I would get frustrated because I would say, how do I talk to him? Because he can't talk back. And so one of the things that I talk about in my speeches is that if you learn his voice, you can hear, at least for me, I feel, I can hear his voice because you kind of follow the wisdom. But I do agree that he does talk to you through other people, but I know some people kind of use it as a way to manipulate.
Yes.
And so I tell people to be very careful when somebody say,
Pray for
the Lord's
discernment. Pray for discernment
Yep.
because you'll know
Absolutely.
if it's a message that God is trying to give to you. You got to have good discernment because you are right. Not everybody's a prophet that can talk to you and speak over your life, but that's why you got to pray for discernment.
That's right.
Well, that is your front page news. Tesla, we appreciate you. We'll see you on Monday.
Peace, Tez.
Yes.
When we come back, Judy Blume. Charlamagne sat down with Judy Blume. If you don't know who Judy Blume is, I must increase my bust.
She's not just that though. She's one of the most banned authors. She's one of the most banned authors of the 20th century. One of the greatest storytellers that ever lived. And her book, "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret," is coming out as a movie in theaters everywhere today.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
And we're going to kick it with her next. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.